because Pete, from the Times-Union, the golf writer, has been covering the Masters since 2003. So he has seen a lot over the years going back to 2003. How did he rank this one? Where does he put this one in to all of the rest with a playoff and with Sergio winning? That's how we start with Pete Dougherty from the Times-Union.
I've been coming here for 14 years, and more often than not, it just seems like it comes down to just something really dramatic and exciting on Sunday. It's hard for me to go back and try to think there's anything better than what we saw yesterday, but that was just fabulous. I think anytime you have a duel, it's easier for the audience to focus, and it was obviously Sergio Garcia and Justin Rose. Certainly for the final 4 or 5 holes, and really the back 9, it was a 2-person race. They're in the same group. It kind of turned to the match play, and some of the incredible shot making you saw. I mean, Rose really played well in the middle of the round and kind of took command, and then Sergio makes that great par on 13 when he was taking assessed a penalty stroke and salvaged par, and Rose wound up 3-putting for par. So it just some incredible shot making. The patrons are just really stoked over this one. I mean, it just seems like every year the Masters delivers, and we certainly weren't disappointed yesterday.
Pete, given Sergio Garcia's history in moments like this, are you surprised he pulled it out?
A little bit. I was thinking toward the end, if it came down to the matter of the putters, that he was at a distinct disadvantage, and it kind of showed on 18 where he, at the end of regulation, where he had a chance, basically a 5-footer, to win his first major championship, and the ball never was online. I mean, he misread it, he said, but you start wondering if he really could corral his putting well enough to make a run. But Justin Rose gave him some help on the playoff hole. Obviously, Sergio drained the birdie, but it's a lot easier to drain the birdie when you have 2 shots to win the championship. So, yeah, in that respect, I'm a little surprised, but really, he certainly has the tee to green game that you expect him to win multiple majors long before this. He does seem to have matured. He finally seemed to accept Augusta National and some of the intricacies that that course will give you. So, I guess I'm surprised and I'm not stunned, and I'm happy for him. I genuinely like him. I think he's a good guy. He's always been great with the media and great with the fans, and I think it's good for golf that he won this.
Time with Pete Dougherty at the Masters, covering the Masters Championship, and obviously the big win by Sergio Garcia. Pete, when he missed at 18, though, I was ready to hand the jacket over to Rose, to be honest with you. I'm like, here we go again. But when I watched it, and I tried to watch as much as I could this weekend, but the 13th hole Saturday, 13th hole Sunday, to me, huge difference makers in this tournament, because on Saturday, he gets a break, right? The ball's almost ready to go into Rays Creek and doesn't. And then on Sunday, he has to take a drop, and he still saves par. I thought the 13th hole, both Saturday and Sunday, big difference makers. Do you agree?
Yeah, no question. And Sergio started getting some breaks at Augusta National that used to go against him, and that's what used to frustrate him about this place, is that he'd see other guys get breaks, or he hit a ball he thought was perfect, and it would just, ricochet off a flag stick or hit a mound and bound away. And he got some of those breaks. He got some of those breaks Sunday, too, on a couple of shots, and certainly the 13th wound up being a turning point. The par on Sunday was just remarkable, especially when you lose a shot like that, and the fact that he was looking to go 3 or 4 down and winds up maintaining a 2-stroke deficit was incredible. And I thought the momentum of 13 carried over to 14, which he birdied, and 15, which he eagled, and I think he rode that through the rest of the round and got him back into the tournament, and eventually able to the playoff. Yeah,
I mean, he saves the par at 13, and then Rose missed the birdie. It would have been a 3-shot lead, and then I don't know if I would have liked his chances. And then the eagle at 15, and all of a sudden they're tied at -9. What happened to? And it was really a great comeback by him, but it wasn't his day yesterday. What are your thoughts on the play of Jordan Spieth?
That is really puzzling. Everybody there just seemed like he was the favorite, even though he was 2 shots down going into the final round. I mean, he had that blow up on Thursday where he took the quadruple bogey on 13 and got himself back into contention, and he didn't have it from the start. You just tell he was just hitting un-Spieth-like shots. I mean, he got it together toward the end. He birdied 3 of the last 4 holes and tied for 11th, but he was never a factor. And I'm a little bit surprised on that course. He actually felt like he swung pretty well. He said a short game let him down. He didn't have the chips and putts that he used to having around Augusta National, but I don't think he's washed up yet at 23, and I think he'll be a threat for the next major, which of course is in June, the U.S. Open at Erin Hills.
Hey, Pete, Jordan Spieth played with Ricky Fowler, who also did not finish well at the Masters yesterday, and he is still in search of his first major. So now that Sergio is as off the schneid, as they would say, Fowler's in the group, Matt Kuchar's a guy who comes to mind. Who's the next guy in golf that would really benefit from a major championship on his resume?
It's a good question, Chris. I addressed this a little bit. I have a column running tomorrow about the need for the young players to emerge, to get the millennials more interested in golf, because we're hurting right now in terms of interest in golf. It's declining, and I thought that Spieth-Fowler pairing was outstanding. I thought if one of them can win it, that really could boost the millennials in terms of their interest in golf. Fowler certainly could use, certainly would help his resume to get a major. Kuchar, he's a good player, but I never thought he was like one of the top 5 or 10 guys that you go out there looking forward to win. And I'm thinking, Lee Westwood still hasn't won a major, and he's probably beyond his years of being able to do that. But you kind of wonder about him and why he hasn't been able to do the trick. And there's certainly some of these guys that are doing well. That's right. I mean, Dustin Johnson, of course, comes to mind. He's won a major, but I'd really like to see him healthy and playing. It seems to me the Masters would be the major for him. And we're all disappointed by what happened to him. Still sent some steps at his rental home, and on Wednesday has to withdraw. And kind of wonder if it might have been a different story on Sunday if Dustin had been in the lineup.
No doubt. Well, the gods were finally with Sergio, right? That was the thing. Finally, he gets some breaks here. And then you wrote this morning, too, that his personal life underwent a little bit of a change. I saw Angela Atkins, is that her name? The former Golf Channel reporter. I guess she's kind of brought some good things to his life as well. He's in the right frame of mind, if you will, Pete.
I would think so. Sergio's one of those guys. You always saw him linked with different, usually high-profile women. This Angela is, golf people know her because they remember her from the Golf Channel, but seems to really have helped Sergio maybe prioritize his life a little better. I really liked what he said. Even after winning the Masters, he said, my life is really good whether I won a major or didn't win a major. Well, got a major, so his life's even better now. But it seemed like he had the things in the right perspective. He's only 37. I mean, he certainly got probably a 6 to 8 year window where he could compete for majors and maybe add to that total. But now that he's over the hump, I think he will enjoy life a lot more. The golf pressure isn't on him anymore, and it seems like what's happening to him off the course has been a positive influence.
Pete, great work at Augusta. Hit him straight today, by the way. You get a chance to play Augusta National for the first time. That's incredible.
That is awesome.
Thank you. I'm a little nervous about it, but it's a beautiful day in Augusta today, and something I've been wanting to do since I started covering this thing in 2004. I finally got the opportunity today, and it will be a blast. I will be writing about it on Sunday because I know people want to know what it's like. So hopefully I'll be able to relate that experience to them in print.
Will you keep track of your score?
Yeah, what's the score today, Pete?
Well, first of all, there's only 2 sets of tees at Augusta National, the Masters tees and the members tees. We've been asked not to play the Masters tees. So.
I hear you on that. I can never...
They have the Sunday pins in. They actually they do the course this morning like they prep the course like they normally would. So they're cutting the greens and the fairways. They'll be just as fast as they were yesterday. They keep the pins in the same location they were, and golf fans know what the Sunday pins are like, and it'll be pretty neat. The score is not important. I mean, I'll probably keep a scorecard, but we've been asked to play in 4.5 hours, and it's a foursome, so there might be some holes where we're going to be forced to pick up just to speed play up. So I'm not going to be. I can guarantee you will not see my score in print on Sunday.
Hey, Pete, keep up the great work. Thanks for a few minutes, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks, guys.